significant implications for all government agencies in the country as a whole. Recently, the U.S. government, through its State Department, issued their 2023 Human Rights Report on Liberia. The report made attributions about arbitrary and unlawful killings, including extrajudicial killings, torture or cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment by the government or on behalf of the government, harsh and life-threatening prison conditions, among others. The government welcomes the 2023 Human Rights Report on Liberia. We will consider, as a government, the content and findings of the report and take appropriate actions where necessary. Notwithstanding, it is important to note that the report covers 2023. And while it is true that government is continuity, there was a different review in 2023. But we have an obligation to address some of the issues that have been highlighted in the report as a government. Recently, we had a major attraction in our country with the visit of S.H. Vega, the cruise ship that came to our country with 150 tourists. We thought this is a significant milestone that we should all celebrate as a country. Unfortunately, there are some who are trying to destroy that very important success story. And we just thought that we needed to clear some. First of all, there are some who've been running around that the vessel came for a prolonged period or had to abandon the country, the cost shop, their visit. That is totally untrue. The visit to Liberia by the vessel was planned well in advance. It was established that they were passing through here for a day and that they would depart 6 o'clock that very day. These decisions were taken weeks before the vessel came. The plan was executed as was developed. The vessel left when it should have left. The visit was not cut short. So those who are trying to portray that act of negativity will just take a little bit to celebrate what has happened. People from different countries, including America, Russia, Australia, etc., were here. They did not remain on the vessel. They got down. They went to the Secretariat Pavilion. They went to the National Museum. They went to the Unity Park. They completed their visit as was planned and left the country. Any information to the contrary is incorrect. One journalist called me and said, the people needed to have drones in the air. And he said, you were requested to give authorization, and he said no. And I thought members of the press should be well knowledgeable and informed. If somebody wanted to put drone in the air, a security matter as such, would they be asking for permission from the Ministry of Information? So let's celebrate our country with good things. Start pulling ourselves down just in the name of raw and naked politics. We want to say the situation at the Ministry of State with the individuals who were on supplementary payroll has basically been resolved. The individuals in that category have been paid, but there are some very key observations that we wanted to talk about. The UV shock. As the payment process is going on, many of those receiving their salaries, and they are issuing those salaries through checks, were very shocked. And I'll give you a few examples. Somebody received their check, and on the check, they should be making $240. And you know they pay them for 3 months. And the person sees the check for $240. They ask him question whether the check is for them. That is because this person has, over the last 6 years, been receiving $120. But on payroll, and what they're entitled to is $240. There is another category of people, about 100 of them, they are all referred to as dietitians. Each of these individuals called dietitians, the president, 100 of them, were entitled to $2,000 each per month. I'm sure there are people in government, or there were people in government, even PhDs and master degrees, who were working for maybe 300, 400, 500. Dietitians were being paid 2,000. But that's not the main story. The 2,000 is the one on record. But these dietitians were receiving peanuts. The entire supplementary payroll situation at the Ministry of State was costing the government about $2 million per year. But the individuals who are receiving those pay perhaps are receiving maybe around 30% of that amount, and the rest are benefiting different individuals. So one can now see that the government's desire to cross-check what was happening with supplementary payroll was appropriate. These individuals were misled. The same people who brought them brought people from their churches, from their social clubs, and other places. They processed them quickly and effectively on the payroll, and they are today civil servants. They kept these group of people in supplementary category because there were people benefiting from what was put aside to be given to them. I'm told many of them were issued ATM cards that were controlled. So we get the 2,000, that's supposed to go to you and go to you, and the rest goes to where it's supposed to go. That is history now. What has to be considered will be an eventual comprehensive audit of that entire situation. And those found to be culpable be dealt with in accordance with law. We are happy that the by-elections in the Grand Gide and Nimba went well. It was very peaceful. That's what we want. The country has an evolving democracy that we should encourage to flourish. And our peaceful nature during electionary processes should be encouraged. We thank the Election Commission for a job well done. We are looking forward to the final results, and we will extend congratulations to those who will be the winners. Having said this, it is now my pleasure to invite to the podium Amy Coman, who is the head of the Liberia Drug Safety. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm ready for you to talk about. Dimash, come down. Babu, welcome. My dear brother. I'm honored by your presence.
I'm here because of you, my brother.
Welcome.
Amy is here to give us what we stand to do because we have a national mandate. and they are charged to fight that war. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Today is a pleasing pleasure to be on this national stage. The stage where people before us come to speak to the country and all of our people around the world. So the Honorable Minister and members of your cabinet, for us at the DEA, we've come to showcase what we've been doing over the time since we got hired by this dynamic president ours. I'd like to introduce to you the folks that are actually doing the work. I'm just the arrowhead who's teleguiding the process. And so I take this opportunity and the privilege to introduce my Deputy for Administration, Attorney Balco. Over here. Attorney Balco is the Deputy for Administration. He's in charge of all of our administrative work. We added additional assignment to him to review all of our cases, to take a peek look at some of the cases that are on the court, so as to strengthen our legal department. So he has double source responsibility. Now, my man, my buddy is Mr. Hassan Fediga. As the big guy here, he is responsible for operations. You know, I'm not new to operations, so I love my operation people. So Fediga is the guy who is very present, who has a rate of experience and understanding of the field as we speak. He's responsible now to do a lot of work. After our budget going through all the processes, Fediga will be traveling over here to go to the States, to go to a couple of other countries around our neighborhood. So he's got a lot of busy work to do. So we like to have the opportunity to introduce these folks. These are the guys we call the DA. Like I said, as you know, my name is Colonel A.B. Kroma. I'm the figurehead and the arrowhead. So it is again a pleasure to introduce my people to you. These are the guys that got me busy, and I got them busy more than anything else. I got Fediga running up and down the ghettos, and I'm begging the other thing to put us some money glove, because to go to penal building and go to Zimbabwe is not a fun issue. So he said, well, you, I said no. And I saw him dividing food in the ghetto. So that's the extent of this, that's the normality of the times we had at the LDA. So we can't wait to get our new offices so we can just move from that cluster and we can have more time to do what we do best. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have the enviable task today to address this podium. The Monday's podium with all that is happening at the LDA. Good morning, member of the press. We are esteemed member of the press and fellow citizens in Rhode Island and in the TV land. We gather here to address a matter almost important to the well-being and the future of our nation: the alarming rise of narcotic substance abuse among Liberian youth. Recent reports have shed light on concerning trends indicating that a significant number of our young people are involved in the misuse of experimentation of illicit drugs. This issue demands our immediate attention and collective action, for which we have been called here today to address. Statistics and projections. I would drill you through the projection, through the statistics, so that we have a view as to where we are in our fight against illicit drugs and abuse. According to a report by the United Nations Population Fund, approximately 20% of the Liberian youth, equivalent to an estimated 1.1 million individuals, are currently affected by the narcotic substance abuse. These figures are deeply troubling and underscore the urgent need for intervention. And I can assure you the budget that we sent to the budget that we crafted basically represents the enormity of this problem. And contrary to the views out there, we will take you the intervention, the procedure, the catalog to you, the steps that we've taken to address the issue of drugs, and the recommendations that we've proffered for the people out in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, and our own executive branch of government. More of our projections suggest that if left unchecked, the number of young and youth in our community entangled in drug abuse could rise to approximately 1.237 million. Within the next 6 years, in 6 years' time, we'll take from 1.1 to 1.2 million for our young people in drugs. This projection emphasizes the gravity of the situation and highlights the critical importance of implementing effective measures without delay. Then I'll take you to the commitment of the Liberian Drug Enforcement Commission. What is it we are undertaking? What we've soon to, what we decided to address as an agency. To respond to this present issue, the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency, LDA, reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to combating drug trafficking and substance abuse within our borders. We understand the significance of this matter and are dedicated to undertaking honest efforts to reverse and reduce the prevalence of drug abuse among Liberian youth. You guys sitting out here, I made a commitment to me, particularly, and to this government and to this president, that I've used and considered drug abuse and the effect it had on our society and our children as the utmost important of his presidency. So basically, I'll take the recent operation that actually we got to achieving these objectives. Over the past week and months, the LDA has conducted numerous raids and law enforcement operations across the Bureau Council. Now, first, I'll take you to the steps that we've undertaken in addressing the issue of drug addiction in our country. Now, we did a feasibility study as to where we are, where are we going to concentrate regarding the inflow of drugs. First, we were getting into reducing, but we have to now look at the trafficker, those that are bringing the drugs here. Before we start to enforce it, we wanted to take our time to first address the issue of trafficking. Those guys that are bringing across our borders, those guys that are distributing it in our borders, to start to go after them. Now, with those tactics and understanding, we decided to first address the aspect. And so we targeted people and places that are prevalent in the distribution process. So the western part of Nigeria became our target. We started to go after traffickers. We could not go, unfortunately, we could not go across the border to places that have been earmarked to be the route and the place of concentration. We basically took the Sierra Leonean part of our border, we took the Guinean border to actually address some of the issues with regards to coach that became the drug of choice for most of our young people. And then we took this tramadol as a place, as a church school that has become prevalent among our young people. So our progress basically was centered around those particular issues. And then we start to spread the little intelligence, the little means we had to go after guys who are distributing it. And because we didn't have any money, we didn't need any money in the budget, we decided to do things that were not monetized. We didn't have cash to do it, so we started to do the resilience and the tenacity of the folks that we had at the leadership level. I called Fediga, told him, I said, look, we have to make progress. We have to now look at those areas that we think get funded right now. We start to do a little bit of check and buy, bust and buy. We started to do personal intel, and people started to come to us for society. So that we know what the drug dealers do. We know who's responsible for most of our, who's responsible for push. We took those intelligence, we start to work on them, and gradually we start to get footage and get with that, to use the information drugs. So we took a three-front approach, reducing the supply to the market and dealing with the guys who are distributing there around here. After that, we also decided to go to the rehabilitation aspect. But to rehabilitate, you need a place to carry the folks so they can have the opportunity to actually go after the folks that are affected. We have two clients in this process. We have the judicial client and we have the rehabilitation client. Now, the judicial client are guys that we have to take to court, prosecute under the new drug law. And the judicial and the rehabilitation client are guys who we have to take to rehabilitation. And don't forget, we're also members of the President's Task Force. We have to liaise with the task force to start to work towards achieving the objectives set by the task force. As we went along the process, we started to make our progress based upon that. And at the end of the day, we begin to look at folks that are volunteered to help with this process. And that volunteerism basically yield a lot of results for us. We arrested a lot of folks, and the folks that we already have now in court going through the process of adjudication. And unfortunately for us, we could not go to the rehabilitation part. So if people say what the DAs have done, everything we catalog here has been placed within our budget so that we can address it and we can share with the press the budget, the line items that we place in our budget, that you can go along through and see exactly what are those lines are within the confines of what we said we are doing. And then when we do it, we can also ask you to come and check us. Go ahead and see the progress that we're making. Today, I can report to you that the coach, the drug of choice, that went to the slum community, before we talk about it used to be $100 per round. Today, guess what? Because of the enforcement tactics we've adopted, has gone to $200. So for us, that's the barometer. That's the yardstick in which we can say, yes, indeed, we are turning the curve of deterrence. We're now putting up scarcity of the drug on the Liberian market to a large extent. And I can assure you, with these guys that are back, the drug epidemic is a war that can be won by the Liberian government. Now, to win this war, we must have the participation, the involvement of both the House and the Senate to actually win this war. What we've also done, we started to reach outside of the border. We got call from the new DEA director in Sierra Leone, the general, called upon us to have a conversation as to how we can make progress towards achieving some objectives for all of us. We made contact with him. He has agreed to actually work with us so as to achieve certain objectives. He shared ideas, we shared our ideas with him, and he's going to be coming to our drug day in Liberia I will make the first visit to Sierra Leone to assess whatever they're doing, give them the intel, the information we have, so they can know exactly what we're doing on this side of the border. Because Kush taking over Sierra Leone, so I understand. And because of that, they were appointed in general. By the way, we're still a general anyway, we deal with the general. But he is a general in the Sierra Leone Army. And he really want to tap into the strategy that we use to actually cut in front of it without even the requisite funding. So I've been making that trip there along with one of my deputies to the Republic of Sierra Leone. So we conducted specific and special operations, which is something that the general took some interest in. We notably the special operation led by Special Agent Clarence Clark in the Singleton community resulted in the apprehension of several suspect drug dealers, including George Obe, a Nigerian national who claimed to be a Liberian national. Known for his alleged involvement in drug trafficking within Liberia. He actually is the guy who credited the whole of Buju Island to. And apparently since its capture and the vigorous step towards this thing, the price of push has dropped considerably, but we intend to push forward after we have the budgetary allotment we have, so as to start to get some bad money, so as to be more intelligent, both inside Liberia and outside Liberia. Then that will allow us to actually do a lot. And I imagine we are doing this much progress if we have the requisite thing, the requisite money. We also need an intelligence in Ghana, where most of the wood rod for drugs, hard drugs actually coming out of Ghana on the high sea. We will be targeting, and that's what we enforce the virulent indictment, so as to be on the alert for it. Basically, substantial narcotic substance was seized from Mr. Obi's residence, which was displayed to most of the folks when he was arrested. Additional arrests of high-profile individuals such as my own cousin, Pete Billy, and Ivan Colon further demonstrate our commitment to holding accountable those involved in drug trafficking in our country. Enhance inspection and risk assessment. In our effort to strengthen border security and prevent the influx of illicit drugs, the LGA conducted inspection of transportation vehicles at the border side. That has been one of the targeted areas we have in it. And the deputy director led a team to the border side area, and we basically successfully arrested a lot of drugs from the transportation that we had put up there. A lot of them. And we have those in our storage here. And we found that some of the folks, we found the folks to the court, and the court basically, once they go to separate court, we transfer all the drugs and the money to the separate court. But we don't want to, somebody that's out in court yesterday, the preliminary hearing of the Obi case, and one of the complaints, one of the challenge that the guys put up, the defense lawyer said, that the drugs and the money were done in the better way of the court. I said, so I asked the guy, what does better way mean? And I mean, just to get further understanding, basically what we need to come from the court, which basically was not true, because we followed every drug within the court. There's a policy we said, once they go to the second court, we want to trust the court, particularly to admit that is at the drug court. I have explicit confidence in him. So we send the money, the drug, everything there to let people improve it. And basically, so we took them out there and they've been having it. And now, individual arrested, within this case, just a little detail as to who we arrested. Recent arrests, including that of the suspect, Opa Kawi, and suspect Marvin Morris, underscore the effectiveness of our enforcement effort. So the COVID case is particularly serve as an example of our vigilance in detecting and spearheading individuals into the drug trafficking realm. So basically, that's the level of that is at the tail end of what we do. But bulk of what we've done, we've segmented the country. We will now put up a situation where Liberia become a big hub for the force. So we divide ourselves. Basically, we start to address this thing on a regular basis as we went ahead with looking at the drug trafficker. And from looking at them, then we start to move over for their operation, taking them up the game. And I can report to you again that we've gone a little bit ahead of them to some extent with the budgetary argument now. If the budget actually asks for it, if that is provided for us, we can allow the press to be our witness, to be the people looking at what we've done, so as to make sure that everything we ask for this government will be accountable, will be represented in everything we do, basically. So, in conclusion, the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency remains steadfast in its mission to combat drug trafficking and substance abuse in Liberia. We urge the public to join us in the fight by reporting any suspicion of activity and supporting our effort to safeguard the well-being and future of our young people. Now, that's for the drug aspect. I want to drill you to the 100-day. The 100-day basically will give you a window shot as what it is, what it intends to do as far as beyond this particular 100-day period. First, we said we're going to do community engagement. Because coming into this process, you have to engage the community. You have to get to the community, let the community know exactly what are you doing with regards to the drug aspect. Because every aspect of our society is involved in it. So we took the chance and start to empower the community people to schedule and conduct town hall meetings in the various communities across Liberia. Educate communities, members about the danger of drugs use and an important understanding of the forfeiture law. I have gone to the church. I went to the Methodist church, the first Methodist church. I've gone to the masjid. I went to Galatian Mosque. I've gone to the Nicochu Mosque. I'm also on my way this Sunday. I'm going to the Baptist church on Ashton Street. And from there, I've asked all of the guys out there in the rural part of the country to go to do the community engagement, but also use the religious-based institution just to widen our spread of this message, because everybody want to go to church. You don't go to church, you go to the mosque. One of them. Those that can go to church or mosque, will meet them in the community. So we want to make sure we gather everybody together and then address this thing. And then communicate to the folks. The forfeiture law is very important. Let the folks know that if you are caught and prosecuted, you will have to face the full weight of the law, but your property will be seized. And if you are on government land, that's the worst thing. We'll seize your property from you immediately once you are arrested. Basically. With the community engagement, the expected outcome will be to increase awareness. Community members will have a better understanding of the risks associated with drugs use and the legal consequences through education sections during town hall meetings. Community engagement. Today, as we speak today, we have people out there in the streets doing community engagement, meeting with community members, talking to them, and allowing them to ask questions about the prevention, the drugs, and the rehabilitation, so as to know exactly how we're going to proceed in the fight against drugs. So when I hear people say that the DA have not outlawed these things a lot, then I consider it an opinionated comment. Can't go beyond that. So, strengthening relationship, building trust and collaboration between law enforcement agencies and community, fostering partnership to combat drugs relationship. We foster relationship with the LNP. The Liberia National Police is a traditional partner. We've spoken to them. Matter of fact, we are in the process of building some MOU with the police so as to provide us the requisite assistance. So we ask the police, don't go out there and do any raiding thing. Don't take people out there little habitat they have. The reason why we have them in these Zimbabwe and all these places because he went there. I feel bad for Federer sometimes. He gone into Zimbabwe. I've gone to visit Zimbabwe and other places, but to make it a constant reading area, to go there, we ask the police, give us a break. It is our statutory responsibility. We know why you guys are there, and because we don't have anywhere to put them right now. Because if we scatter them from there, they will go back in the community and will start to victimize folks in the community. Because they are sick people. They're not well. So if we got them from this area where they are contained, the police people can go through their arrest and may commit a crime, we steal somebody to their arrest them. But if we take all these guys from there, they don't have anywhere to go, you'll be putting the community in jeopardy. And I made that comment to them. But again, our collaboration with them is going to further those arrangements so that we move the process strategically and holistically, because we have to put this together and look at it from a broader perspective. And empowering community. This is one of the. I'm giving these tools so that you can know exactly what our 100 days until what we're moving forward to. It is that we will not just go ahead, just go raid, take search warrant, go arrest people. That's not what we do. We also do arrangement, engagement, and these things. I think that are coordinated by the operation department, improve enforcement, enhance operation between the law enforcement, which are going to prevention and rehabilitation, identifying community-specific need and concern regarding drug enforcement, leading to the development of tailored prevention and rehabilitation program to address the issue of effectiveness. Now, this is what we try to do. Because government is not prepared for the instruction of the government-run rehabilitation center, which is being constructed in Bentor. We have gone to do this private partnership. Private partnership is giving us an opportunity to get private initiative. Guys like Senator people like Senator Dillon has a private initiative. We partner with them. I mean, his school is a little, but we still partner with him. There are folks in the Grand Basil Highway, we partner with them. Folks in Maryland, we partner with them. And so the battle also have an initiative with partnering with him so as to move this process forward. So basically, it is something that falls also within our community outreach, implementing awareness campaign. Today, we have people on the street going to the rural community besides what we've done in the church and the mosque and other places. There are people that are also going to the Liberia schools. We're going to the institutions. We're going to government-run institutions, but this week we start to go to the Tottenham and other places where folks at the University of Liberia will be visiting as well. So as to make sure that these things are done properly so that people know exactly the danger, the prevention, what it takes to actually work ahead of this process. And going to the rural communities. Today I have about 4 members of the community in my house. And I can report to you today, when I got them from the streets, they came into my yard at the displeasure of my family, of course. But I saw that leaving them like that in a week or two to be inundated for more drugs. So I brought them in there, and the time they spent there, tried to drown out. For the few days they spent there, I found out that the drug have left the body. Today they are recuperating, and I can see life in their faces. And that made me proud this morning when I woke up. I saw the kids walking to me, give them some food and stuff like that. So that's what we all need to start to do. Help a neighbor. Mine is different because I have a close friend, so they can go out to find drugs at this point in time. And distribute information material. We're doing that right now. We will be the content meet. You will see in the content meet. You see the GLTA sample. We'll be giving leaflet out to folks so as to reach out to the folks about what is necessary to help them with the information on these issues as well. Behavior change. Greater awareness and education will lead to positive behavior change for our people. I observed it today personally myself. I saw exactly what went on with you guys in the behavior change with that. empowerment, partnership development, which we've done, which we do expected outcome. Enhanced collaboration by fostering partnership with local community leader, religious institution, the NGO. There will be improved coordination and collaboration in drug prevention and rehabilitation efforts, which that's what we intend to do. Now, increase resources. Leveraging the resources of partner organizations, community leaders will result in greater access to funding. That's what we intend to do. We will use this podium and use your medium so as to get out to the folks out there in the community, our partners there, that we are in dire need of their support. Our government to fight this war, to defeat this war, we need the participation of our partners. We need a little handout, whatever they can do. We don't need you to give us cash. Look at some of the projects we promulgated, project we sent out there. We need to look at it and see if we can take up the initiative. So after we've already developed a strategic framework, that strategic framework will be sent to the partners. The partner will come and validate those partners. After the meeting by next week, we'll start to do that. Now, something else we're doing in the LDA that has not been done, we are developing a strategy, we're developing a framework where you can be in Pinetown. You know, I left Pinetown because I spent time in Pinetown when I was a young guy. Pinetown, you can be as far as Pinetown or Zlatan. Some of favorite cities, Zlatan or Pinetown. You can stay there when there's a drug arrested there. The guy in there will just key in the case number, and the case number will be sent out to the structure we just set up. We leave from Pinetown, we go to the county commander to the regional commander, straight to Liberia. You got one case just there. So everybody be informed right in that line up to my office. Go to the director for operation, then forward it to my office, then I see it live. And then we also have to report to the president office, have to report to the minister of justice, and our partner, the UNODC. So that's the structure we've just established at this point as well. So it's something that is revolutionary, that we have the opinion that it will help in our fight against this process. So at this point in time, the LDA will only be particular as to how we can develop more diverse perspective. Partnering with a variety of organizations and community leaders will bring diverse perspective. We asking that people come in. When the validation process of our strategic framework is being done, we'll ask for people to come in with their views, how we can move. In that stakeholder meeting, we have the Zogos will be represented. What you call the Zogos will be represented. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that. They will be represented, and the members of the community, the press, the police, the immigration, our partners in the LRA, they all will be present there so as to perfect views that will help to strengthen or reduce or provide additional information on how we can move the drug issue forward. So it's not something reduced to us alone, basically. So basically, we don't want to take up much of these times anymore. That is the DA initiative we have. We will be open. We are moving from the I call it the dump site holding office. We have gotten blessings to move ourselves with the GSA now. We'll be moving to our new offices, and you guys will be invited to come and see exactly what is the new home of the DA. At this point in time, I'd like to express our heartfelt appreciation to the information family for affording us this grand stage to let the world and the Liberian people know that the DEA has got steps. We got first we identify, first we reduce the inflow of drugs, then the rehabilitation process. Then from the rehabilitation process, it goes down to the folks that will go through the TVS and its life skills situation. From that aspect, then the guys have to get back on the street. And that's our effort, that's what we do. So I'd like to take the opportunity for you, for helping us and listen to us. Please spread, let the folks know that we are a force of good to come to us. Thank you very much. Minister, Thank you very much.